Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing some more tech focused videos than you're probably used to seeing on the channel. I've always meant for this channel to be kind of a mix of technology, gaming news, and reviews and stuff, but lately the channel's been flooded with game related guides. They've been doing really well, so I've been sticking with that format, but I'd like to take a dive more into technology news and upgrade paths. Stuff that I originally planned on doing on this channel a lot more was helping you guys build your systems for gaming and streaming. So, the question of the day is X570 worth the price? If you're coming into the AMD ecosystem, why should you go X570 over X470? So we're going to go ahead and jump down into this site so that we have the full series specs and pricing here for the AMD Ryzen 3000 series. So right off the bat, what I want to say here is if you guys are buying Ryzen 3000 or planning on buying Ryzen 3000, things to keep in mind. Are you manually overclocking? Are you planning on manually overclocking? Are you planning on getting a liquid cooler? Are you planning on using stock cooling? These are going to be things that I think factor into it. If you guys are getting into AMD's ecosystem and you have not already been in AMD's ecosystem and you are buying a new motherboard for the launch of Ryzen 3000, you're planning on building a decent system, AIO water cooler, um, aftermarket cooling, something along those lines. Planning on getting a Ryzen 3600X, 3700X, or the 3800X. Now, this is the top of the line 6 core, the 8 core, and the top of the line 8 core CPUs. If you are just jumping into this platform, a lot of people are going to be telling you go X470. It's not worth the extra money. And their justification is usually that the solid state PCI or PCIe 4 is only useful for solid state memory right now. And for the most part, those solid state controller or those solid state drives are ridiculously expensive. The cost per gigabyte on them, I don't think justifies the extra speed right now. I think that over time, those prices will come down, and that's something to look into. But right now, I don't feel like it's worth losing the storage capacity for that boost in speed over the already existing NVMe storage drives. So that being said, I'm taking PCA 4 kind of out of the equation here. I don't think it's going to be really justifiable right now. Well, right now, the things I'd like to point out that I don't think people are covering enough is the new precision boost that is supposed to be exclusive to X570 from what I've been seeing in AMD's videos themselves. X5, the X570 and Ryzen 3000 Precision Boost Overdrive technology is going to allow you to set a automatic boost overclock of 200 megahertz on a chip if you have adequate cooling, adequate power delivery, etc. So if we look at the three chips we're talking about primarily in this video right now, that's going to get your boost on the Ryzen 3600X, 3700X, and 3800X up 200 megahertz, bringing the 6 and 700X to 4.6 gigahertz with adequate cooling, adequate power delivery, and maybe a little luck on the silicon lottery. It's a pretty substantial increase, I think, for somebody that's not interested in the whole manual overclocking, just wants to get a little bit more performance in the safest way possible. And I think using precision boost will be more comforting for people that are not interested in manual overclocking. On the 3800X, jumping up to the $400 CPU, we're looking at a 4.7 gigahertz potential boost. I think that's pretty good. I mean, that's bringing the boost rate on the 3800X without manually overclocking all the way up to the Ryzen 3900X level and bringing the 3600X and 3700X all the way up to the 3900X boost clock area. Now, this is going to take some some silicon lottery luck, potentially. It's going to take adequate power delivery and adequate cooling. But without going into manual overclocking, this is going to get your boost rate higher. The thing with manual overclocking on prior AMD platforms on the Ryzen 3000 or the Ryzen 2000 and Ryzen 1000 series is we had all core overclocks. We couldn't boost a single core. With the Precision Boost Overdrive, this is going to directly go for single core boost. This is going to get maybe not single core only, but this is going to be able to boost your best core higher as high as it's possible. This is going to be really good, I think, for game performance, and a reason why I would say that the X570 platform, a low-end X570 board, might be worth looking at if you're coming into the ecosystem now. If you're coming into the ecosystem now and you don't already have an X470 board, and you're trying to decide if you want to buy X470 or if you want to buy X570, I would think that if you're going for game performance, this is something to keep in mind. This is definitely something, in my opinion, to keep in mind in that regards. Now, if you're going with a 12 or 24 core, if you're going with the 30, I'm definitely going to say you probably want to go X570. We don't know yet, and we'll get more information on this tomorrow, I'm sure, with reviewers looking at the 3900X, whether or not this chip will work on the X470 platform, or if you need to go full on X570 for that chip just for power draw. I'm positive that this is probably going to be one of the first things some of these reviewers test. Now, with the 3900X and the 3950X, the benefit is going to be the power and possibly the only way you're going to get overclocking potential on these chips. That's yet to. Now, the other thing that you'll see a lot of people saying about the X570 versus X470 is you need X570 for the higher memory speeds. From what I've been hearing in an interview video that I watched with AMD representatives, is the memory controller is on the IO die in Ryzen 3000, meaning you should not need an X570 platform to hit the higher clock speeds. That I believe to be true. In that regard, you should not need the X570 for the higher memory clock speeds, but we don't know that for sure yet. That is something you definitely want to wait to see in reviews, and that will probably also depend on BIOS updates, because you may need a BIOS update from your motherboard manufacturer to push those potential higher memory speeds. But that should hopefully be rolled into the Ryzen 3000 BIOS update. The other reason why I would say X570 might be the platform for you, especially if you don't already have a AMD AM4 platform available, is that, well, quite frankly, the motherboard is already ready for Ryzen 3000. This was a bigger issue when the Ryzen 2000 came out, I think, than Ryzen 3000. A lot of manufacturers learned their lesson and are making it easier to see which boards are pre-updated for Ryzen 3000. Especially with the cost on the X570 platform, I think this has been a really nice thing for them to do, because they know a lot of people are going to gravitate towards the X570 over or gravitate towards X470 over X570 for that regard. So that being said, the real reason I wanted to make this video is I don't think a lot of people are going over the Precision Boost 2 or the Precision Boost Overdrive 2 or whatever AMD is calling it, as one of the main reasons right now, in my opinion, that you should look at X570. If you are not comfortable manually overclocking, if you are going to be getting adequate cooling or above adequate cooling. If you are going to be buying anything in the series, I would say maybe not the 3600. If you're getting the 3600, I would definitely say there is a value there. You're saving $50 over the 3600X. You could potentially set the precision boost overdrive and get it up to the same performance level as a 3600X. But the main thing is like with the X chips, they are slightly bend. We know their base boost frequencies. We know these are not going to be great. We know that if they follow the same pattern of prior Ryzen launches, they're not going to be great overclocking chips, but potentially with the precision boost overdrive update, we might be able to squeak out another 200 megahertz on a at least single core boost. I think would be good for gaming performance. It's something I would like to personally test myself and plan to, hopefully not in September. Hopefully I can work something out where I can test this before September. But that's definitely something that I don't see a lot of people talking about as a potential reason to go X570. If you already have an X470 board, don't upgrade. Just don't worry about getting that upgrade unless you're going high core. I would hold off on getting the upgrade until maybe after the PCIe 4 NVMe drives come down in price. That being said, guys, I hope you guys are excited as I am for the launch of Ryzen 3000 tomorrow. I'm going to be on YouTube all week, probably listening to reviews and trying to figure out which X570 motherboard is the motherboard for me. I'm planning on going Asus again. I've really enjoyed the Asus board I currently have in my production system and would like to stay in the Asus ecosystem because I've been really happy with this versus the gigabit board or gigabyte board that I had before. And we should be doing a massive overhaul on the system in September. I will be trying to live stream that on Twitch. Maybe I might do a build breakdown or a build video here on YouTube in regards to that. In the comment section down below, guys, let me know. Which AMD Ryzen chip are you going for? Are you getting a second gen or a third generation Ryzen chip? Coming up here with the massive price drops on Ryzen 2 or the Ryzen 2000 series chips? Are you just getting last generation or are you going with a 3000 series? If so, which 3000 series do you have your eyeballs on? Are you going X470, X370, or X570? You guys think of the potential troll on AMD's part with the RX 5700 XT and the RX 5700 price? Do you guys think that AMD was trolling Nvidia with the prices at E3? Or do you think this is just reactionary to the launch of Super that everybody pretty much saw was coming? Because let's anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit change up from our normal content. We'll be doing more content like this. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. And until next time, guys, I will see you on the battlefield.